Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to your channel Learn Data Science with Pranjit. So in this knowledge video, I will discuss about the prevailing COVID situation in our country and also of the COVID situation in some of our bigger states. So bigger states like your Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, which are coming up with a huge numbers. So in last few weeks, India has seen a sudden surge or the exponential rise in the cases. And the cases have yet not started to decline in the absolute numbers. But maybe there is some silver line that though the cases may not have started to decline in the absolute numbers, but maybe the rate of increase might have slowed down. So in this knowledge video, what we will see is I will plot the graphs, various graphs on the daily basis and on the weekly basis because sometimes because on the daily basis the cases may fluctuate because of the weekend holidays or some any other holidays, but on week to week basis if we compare and if we can see that the trend is going down, then probably we can make some kind of conclusion. Okay. So let's get started. So before going into the actual graphs, let's try to understand that the waves or the time series are normally of four types and what it could be. So your series or the increase and decrease would be either of these four types. So the first one is increasing with the increasing rate. So in the whole of the April month, or let's say in the first 3 weeks of the April month, we were increasing with the increasing rate. But now I think that slowly, but still it's very difficult to say, or rather early to say that we have entered in a stage two, where increase is there, but probably the increase is with the decreasing rate. And I wish that we soon enter into the stage 3 where we start decreasing the numbers. And the best case scenario would be a fourth scenario where the decrease and the decrease with the increasing rate. So now let's see our graphs and try to identify where exactly we are and is there any silver lining or are we yet to peak out. So this is the data which I have gathered from the Worldometer site, which is the most reliable site I could think of. And I have collected a data. And this data has your daily India cases. It has cases from Maharashtra, UP, Karnataka, Delhi, Rajasthan, Bihar, Bengal, Gujarat, and Kerala. So this is the coding part which I have used for creating my graphs and all for color coding. So people who are doing their coding practice or my student community which is would try to create the graph, they can use it. But I'm not explaining the code over here. I'm moving to the conclusion part or to the graphical part. And the data which I have taken is from my first March, where normally I see that the second wave might have started, but we were not clever enough or we did not pay any attention that the wave is coming. And so you can see that the graph is starting from March 1, and in March 1 the total number of cases in India were less than 50,000, and around March 23 there was a scenario when we crossed 1 lakh mark. So that was a warning bell. Probably we could have been very much careful. The governments could have taken some drastic measures and they could have controlled it. But now that is in the past, and the graphs kept on increasing. And somewhere around April 30, we hit a high. So the high was around 4,01,993. But after from that point, probably the cases have yet not increased. So after breaching the 4 lakh mark, there have been around 6 days where the cases have been less than 4 lakh mark. 4 lakh mark. Okay. But apart from looking into the daily data, let's look into the weekly data. So when I see a weekly data, so 7-day rolling window, so it's a 7-day average. So on the 7-day average, I cannot say that my graph has plateaued out, but the rate of increase has certainly decreased. So rate of increase has certainly decreased. So if this thing continues, so many states have got into the lockdown, and if the lockdown, I wish the lockdown have the desired effect, and if that continues, so probably the in next 1 week the cases might start to stabilize. So in absolute numbers, the cases are yet increasing, but the rate of growth has started to decrease, at least as of now for India. So that is one silver lining for India. Now comes the one of the biggest contributor the COVID cases, Maharashtra. It has seen a surge from the March starting, but since it has seen the early surge, now probably Maharashtra is entering into some kind of silver lining. So this is your daily cases. We can see the highest was 72,854, and it was on March 25th. So it was 1 month almost earlier before the India had the highest case. And now you can see that after having the highest, the numbers have been constantly slowing down. And if we look at the 7 day window of the Maharashtra, so this is a 7 day average for Maharashtra. So we can see that the cases have started, they plateaued for around 1 week and then they have slowly started to decrease. And on 7 day basis, when they have started to decrease, then it gives a lot of confidence that yes, the things are getting controlled in Maharashtra. Let's move to the another state. So Uttar Pradesh, it was doing very good till let's say March starting or March mid. But then there was something which went wrong for Uttar Pradesh. It has to be studied what exactly went wrong or whatever. So you can see this green line. So in March, around 1, March 1, there were around 30 to 40 cases or around 200 cases. And then in April, you can see the cases have suddenly exploded. But in Uttar Pradesh also I can see a very small silver lining. It has a highest case of 37,944 and that was somewhere around April 24. So from April 24 today it is 5th of May. So some 10 days have passed. Uttar Pradesh has not breached that highest point. So probably the government efforts or whatever it may be, the cases have started to decline. Though it's little surprising that cases have declined so sharply, but I hope this trend continues. And if we look at the 7 day moving average for Uttar Pradesh, it's quite exciting. But it is also surprising for me because normally time series do not follow this pattern. They do not start to slow down so heavily. The rate of decline for Uttar Pradesh is quite good. It is in a way I can say it is decreasing with the at present it is decreasing with the increasing rate. And if this trend continues, then probably in next few weeks we will see the numbers decreasing very fast. But it would be little early to say. We should wait for at least 1 more week. But as of now, Uttar Pradesh seems to be coming out of its peak. Let's move to the another state, Karnataka. It's a very worrisome state, the southern state of India, and it has recently seen its peak with 48,296 cases. So as of now, I don't see any silver lining for Karnataka. The cases, even if we consider this to be the highest one, it may increase further or it may plateau for significant amount of time. And the same thing is represented in your 7 day moving average. It is continuously increasing. So as of now, Karnataka needs to be very careful. There is no silver lining for Karnataka as of now. We need to analyze after let's say 15 days. Now let's come to the Kerala. Kerala is again a surprising state. It has been witnessing huge number of cases from last few weeks, few months, and probably the things Kerala is yet to hit its peak. It has got the highest number 37,944 and it was just on April 30th that it hit the peak. Let's see our 7 day moving average. So 7 day moving average indicates that Kerala is yet to attain the portion where we can say that the rate of growth has stabilized. So still the rate of growth in Kerala is still increasing. So the people in Kerala need to be more patient and they need to wait for more time before they come out of some kind of lockdown. So Delhi, let's talk about Delhi state. It's oftenly being in news. So in Delhi, the things look little better. The highest was 28,395 and it was somewhere around April 20th. And after April 20th, the cases have not reached that highest point and they have been in a constant. I can say that the rate is getting stabilized over there. Let's see what a 7 day rolling window says. 7 day rolling window gives a good thumbs up to the Delhi. So values are have started to decrease on the 7 day moving average. So the things look little better. If this pace continues, the slowly within let's say 2 to 3 weeks things will cool down in Delhi if this thing is maintained. Bihar. So Bihar again a very worrisome state. It has just hit a high peak of 15,853 cases. So it is very difficult to say anything for Bihar because the peak is just 1 day or 2 day back, and same thing we can see for Bihar. So Bihar is still in the phase of increasing with the increasing rate. The cases are increasing exponentially, and the rate of increase is also increasing. So the people living in Bihar and the government needs to be very alert as of now. Let's talk about the state of Rajasthan. So Rajasthan again, it has just hit the recent peak 17,652. Recently, let's say 1 or 2 days back, somewhere around 2nd May. So again, since it has hit a peak just now, so definitely the 7 day rolling window would indicate that it is increasing with the increasing rate, and that is what we can see in the graph also. It is increasing with the increasing rate. So there is no silver lining for Rajasthan as of now. Let's talk about Bengal. It has just came out of election and now it will face its real challenge. So in Bengal also the same thing. It has just hit the recent peak 17,512 cases, and that was around 2nd of May. So since it has just hit the peak, again the rolling window would be indicating it's a increasing with the increasing rate, and that's what we can see. The line over here is almost moving towards the vertical wall. It is increasing very fast. So again, there is no silver lining for people of Bengal. Let's talk about Gujarat. So Gujarat, again a little dicey state to make any comment. Again, it has hit a peak in the recent time, just uh, 3 to 4 days back. But graph somehow indicates that 7 day rolling window indicates that it might be plateauing out. It might be plateauing out because when the peak came, the peak was not sudden. Peak was not sudden. The peak was in a gradual manner. Peak was in a gradual manner. So graphs indicate that there might be slight silver lining. The graph has started to tableau. It may table out and then it may start towards the downward journey. So probably the lockdowns which have been implemented in Gujarat have started to show the changes. And now what I've done is I have introduced a certain mathematical formulas. So I had done the calculation of number of cases which India reported in first week of March. So March W1 is the number of cases we reported in March first week. March 2W is number of cases we reported in March second week. March 3W, and so on and so forth. March 4th W, April 1W is number of cases we reported in the first week of April. And since it is on the 5th of May, I am preparing this video. So 7 days have not passed. So last 6 days. So last 6 days include the last 2 days of April and the first 4 days of May month, and the total count was this much. So 22,96,118. So before I explain this, what is the rate of change, let's try to understand one simple mathematical formula. So those people who have left mathematics and probably are not much aware of it, but still somewhere in your life you might have studied these two equations. Let's try to see these two equations and then again we'll come back to this, that what is the actual rate of change means over here. So whenever we are building any model in data science, so we have to make some assumption. And so series that either the series will be a linear series or it would be exponential series. So exponential series would be your equation 1, y is equal to m e power kx, where we say that y is a function of x, and when we put the value of x and we have the value of m and k, then we can predict our y. So I am assuming that this growth is exponential growth, and we know that. So in exponential growth, the things do not grow in linear fashion. So the next equation is y is equal to mx plus c, where the growth is in a linear fashion. But this COVID is following exponential growth, which is in a layman term, if I say that 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, and 8 may become your 16, something like that. So my aim, so the formula what you will see is, my aim is to find this number. My aim is to find this number, the value of k. What is the value of k? Because this k is nothing but your growth rate. This k is nothing but your growth rate. Let's try to see whether my growth rate has started to decrease, even if not the absolute number, but has at least the growth rate started to decrease. Now let's go back to our Jupyter notebook and we will try to see the formula. So this is the formula which I have used. So first of all, I have done the data mining. I have found out the data for all the weeks. And then rate of change for week 2 is nothing but your np.log March second week divided by your March first week. and rate of change for third week would be March third week divided by your March second week. And when I print it out, I get something like this. So now have a look. So in March second week, the rate exponential growth was 0.189, and then the rate of growth increased. It became to 0.429, and then it again increased to 0.513, but then it slowed down in the April first week. It was 0.344, and then again there was a big surge, 0.497. And remember, it is exponential growth, so it is e power k, so e power 0.497. And then again the rate was almost same, 0.486, but in April fourth week the rate has gone down to 0.312, and now it has become 0.184. So I see some kind of good thing happening, or at least India slowly seems to be coming out of trouble if this growth, if this things continues. So from 0.497 it becomes to 0.486, then 0.312, then 0.124. So if this continues, then in next week probably we will see the numbers decreasing in the absolute terms also. As of now, the numbers week on week are increasing, but the rate of growth has at least been handled. The same thing I have done for Maharashtra. And in Maharashtra, the one good thing is that growth rate has become negative. Once the growth rate becomes negative, that is the indication that your cases have started to decrease in your absolute numbers, and which we can see in Maharashtra also. So it has decreased to somewhere around from 4,49,000, it has decreased to 3,59,000 in last stage. Now let's check for Uttar Pradesh. So what has been happening in Uttar Pradesh? So in Uttar Pradesh, there is one very typical scenario happening. In the first week of March, it was 0.224. In second week of March, it was 0.224. And then it suddenly became 0.819. So the people of Uttar Pradesh should have been got cautious when the rate suddenly increased, but I don't know why it did not happen. And then the rate became more than 1. It was more than 1. So it means the jump was exponential. And this e power 1 is a very high rate. And then it continues to 1.106. And in April second week, it was extremely high. So somewhere around, let's say around 14th or 15th of April, the rate was very high. It was 1.251. But from thereafter, some magic seems to be happening. The way it increased, the way it is going down also, from 1.251, it has gone down to 0.798, and then from 0.271. And then I can see the rate has become negative also. So it means on week basis, the cases have started to probably decrease. So I hope this negative trend continues for Uttar Pradesh, because being a very state which has a huge population. If this trend continues, then probably in next 2 weeks we will see that the things probably will see that the absolute numbers would decrease in a very large amount. So this brings us to the end of this knowledge video. Please do let me know if you like the video, and also if you want me to analyze any different aspect of this COVID situation, any different state, any different city which you think as a user, as a subscriber, you wish me to analyze, feel free to mention in your comment box. If I get the time, definitely I'll make a next video on I will make the video on that. So thank you everyone for watching the video. Hope to see you soon in my next video. Till that time, happy learning.